Close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath. Let your body relax, sinking into the peacefulness of the moment. Imagine you are standing in a beautiful garden, surrounded by the gentle rustling of leaves, the scent of blooming flowers, and the soft hum of life all around you. You feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the soft breeze brushing through your hair, and the earth beneath your feet grounding you to the world. In this tranquil space, imagine that everything around you, each flower, each tree, each blade of grass is made of tiny particles, elements, and molecules. These molecules are constantly moving, connecting, and reacting with one another. And at the heart of all this life is chemistry, an invisible, yet powerful force that shapes everything around you. Take a moment to breathe in the air around you. Feel the coolness of it as it enters your lungs. In that breath, you are taking in oxygen, life's most essential element, also carbon dioxide, a gas that plants breathe in to grow. Everything in the air, from the oxygen that sustains you to the carbon that plants need, is part of a delicate chemical balance. This balance is what keeps the world alive, what makes everything grow, and what gives you the energy to live now. Imagine the plants around you. Every leaf, every petal, every stem is full of life, but they are also full of chemistry. The green of the leaves is due to chlorophyll, a molecule that absorbs sunlight, helping the plant perform photosynthesis. In this process, the plant takes in carbon dioxide from the air and, using sunlight as energy, turns it into glucose, a form of sugar that fuels the plant's growth. This is the chemistry of life, happening quietly, constantly, and invisibly all around you. As you continue to breathe deeply, imagine the food you eat. Each bite you take, whether it's an apple, a piece of bread, or a bowl of soup, is made up of molecules that your body can break down and use for energy. These molecules are created through complex chemical processes, whether they are synthesized by plants through photosynthesis or by animals through digestion. Just as plants take in carbon dioxide and turn it into sugar, you consume those sugars and other nutrients to fuel your body, to give you the energy to move, to think, and to live. Feel the gentle rhythm of this process. As you breathe in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, as you consume food and convert it into energy, everything you do, every breath, every movement is powered by chemical reactions. The cells in your body, the very building blocks of life, are constantly performing these reactions to keep you alive, to help you grow, to heal you when you're hurt, and to sustain you throughout the day. Now, think about the water you drink. This simple, clear liquid, so essential to life, is also a product of chemical reactions. Water is made up of molecules of hydrogen and oxygen, and the way they bond together gives water its special properties. Water is the universal solvent, meaning that it can dissolve more substances than any other liquid. It helps carry nutrients to your cells, it helps you stay hydrated, and it allows the chemical reactions in your body to occur smoothly. As you continue to relax and breathe, think about the chemicals in your body, from the neurotransmitters in your brain, which help you think and feel, to the enzymes in your stomach, which help break down food. Chemistry is working silently in every part of you. Your body is a living chemical factory, constantly producing and breaking down substances, all to keep you functioning, healthy, and alive. Imagine now that you are walking through this garden, feeling more and more at peace with each step. You are surrounded by the plants, the air, the animals, and the earth, all of them participating in the great, invisible dance of chemistry. The trees release oxygen for you to breathe, and the plants take in carbon dioxide, completing the cycle. That makes life possible. The soil beneath your feet is rich with the nutrients that plants need, and it's full of tiny organisms working quietly to decompose matter, releasing carbon back into the atmosphere, completing the carbon cycle. This quiet, invisible system of chemical reactions sustains life, keeps the world in balance, and ensures that everything is connected. Take another deep breath and feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. You are a part of this chemical world. Every breath you take, every molecule that enters your body connects you to the earth, to the plants, to the animals, to everything that lives. You are connected to the rhythms of life, to the quiet, ongoing chemical reactions that sustain the world around you. In this moment, let go of any tension and feel yourself completely at peace with the world around you. You are a part of this great system of life, and you are supported by the chemistry that surrounds you. The world continues to work silently and peacefully, ensuring that everything remains in balance. And with each breath you take, you are part of that balance. Allow yourself to relax even more deeply, knowing that you are connected to everything around you, to the air, to the plants, to the animals, to the earth. This is the great, quiet miracle of chemistry, and you are part of it. As you breathe, as you live, as you are, let yourself drift deeper into this peaceful realization, knowing that the chemistry of life is working for you, helping you relax, helping you find balance. You are part of this beautiful, intricate system, and everything is exactly as it should be. Feel the peace of this knowledge as you continue to breathe slowly and calmly. Take another deep breath, and, as you exhale, let yourself sink even deeper into this peaceful, relaxed state. Picture yourself now, not as a person standing on the ground, but as if you are shrinking down to the size of a molecule. You are no longer in the garden, no longer in the open air now. You are surrounded by atoms and molecules, moving gently through the air like tiny dancers, each one swirling and spinning with purpose. You feel the coolness of the air around you, but now it's different. Instead of feeling the breeze on your skin, you can see the atoms of oxygen and nitrogen moving through the air, vibrating and floating. The oxygen atoms, made up of 2 oxygen molecules, are floating in the air, constantly in motion, colliding gently with each other, with nitrogen atoms, with the surfaces of the trees around you. Take a moment to focus on one of these oxygen molecules. It is made up of 2 oxygen atoms bonded together, each atom held by the invisible force of chemical bonds. Imagine them spinning round one another in perfect harmony, locked in place, yet always vibrating, always moving. These molecules are small, too small to see, but they are always present, always moving, always interacting with other molecules. This dance of atoms and molecules is the heart of chemistry, the fundamental movement that makes everything happen now. Picture the hydrogen atoms, so small, so light, constantly in motion. They are like tiny dancers, always on the move, eager to find other atoms to bond with. When 2 hydrogen atoms come together, they form a hydrogen molecule, a simple pair of atoms. But together they are much stronger than they are alone. This bond is the beginning of life itself. Every time hydrogen atoms join together to form a molecule, they release energy. And this energy is what powers life. As you continue to observe these tiny molecules, you notice that they are not just dancing. Alone they are interacting with each other, forming new molecules, breaking apart, joining forces. The oxygen atoms are bonding with hydrogen atoms to form water molecules. H2O, the very liquid that makes up so much of our world. You can feel the coolness of water as these molecules come together, the bonds between the atoms growing stronger as they form liquid water. The molecules vibrate, they shift and move, but they are held together by the invisible force of the bond. Feel the gentle rhythm of these interactions. As molecules come together and break apart, the oxygen atoms in the air are constantly interacting with the carbon dioxide molecules released by plants and animals. The plants are taking in this carbon dioxide, and through the process of photosynthesis, they are breaking apart these molecules, rearranging the atoms, and turning them into glucose, a form of sugar that they can use for energy. The carbon atoms are separated from the oxygen atoms, and they are used to form the sugars that feed the plants, that feed the animals, that eventually feed you. This dance of atoms and molecules, though it happens on a scale too small for us to see, is what makes life possible. It's through these constant interactions, these bonds and breaks, that life is created, that energy is produced, that growth happens. And as you breathe in, you are part of this dance. Each breath you take, each molecule you inhale, is part of this ongoing process of change, transformation, and renewal. Take another deep breath, and as you do, feel the molecules in the air move through you. Feel them entering your lungs, and as they travel through your body, they connect with the atoms in your cells, the cells that make up your body, the molecules that form your blood and bones. You are made of molecules, too. Just like the plants, the trees, the air, and the water, your body is a collection of atoms and molecules, all moving in perfect harmony to keep you alive. As you settle deeper into relaxation, think about the molecules that make up your thoughts. The neurotransmitters in your brain are constantly moving, sending signals between nerve cells, creating the thoughts and feelings that define you. These molecules are like tiny messengers, passing information back and forth, keeping everything in your body in sync. They too are part of this grand dance of chemistry, working quietly and tirelessly to keep you functioning. Feel the connection between yourself and the world around you. Every molecule in your body is part of a larger system, a system that is connected to everything. The same atoms that make up the water in the ocean, the oxygen in the air, the sugar in the plants, and the cells in your body, they are all part of the same process, part of the same cycle. You are made of the same elements that make up the stars, the planets, and the soil. You are connected to everything in the universe, and everything in the universe is connected to you. Now, as you continue to relax, let the gentle rhythm of this chemical dance fill you with peace. The atoms and molecules are always moving, always interacting, and through these movements, life continues. You are part of this process, and this process is part of you. Let this knowledge sink in, slowly and peacefully, as you breathe deeply, knowing that the dance of chemistry is always at work, in every part of you, in every part of the world. Feel the calmness of this understanding, knowing that the world around you, though it may seem still, is full of life, full of movement, full of connections. Let the rhythm of the molecules, the gentle dance of atoms, lull you deeper into relaxation. You are connected to this world in a way that is beyond words, and as you breathe, you are part of the vast, beautiful dance that makes up the universe. As you continue to relax, breathing deeply and calmly, imagine yourself in a peaceful, serene landscape. You are no longer just observing life from a distance. You are now part of the great cycle of nature, immersed in it. picture yourself surrounded by the vibrant green of plants, the soft rustling of leaves, the faint scent of flowers in the air. Every plant around you is alive with energy, its cells performing countless chemical reactions every moment to sustain its growth. Take a deep breath now, and as you do, feel the air around you. It is filled with carbon dioxide, a gas that plants absorb to survive. But, in the presence of sunlight, something incredible happens. Through a process called photosynthesis, the plants take in the carbon dioxide, combine it with the water they draw up from the soil, and using the energy from the sun turn it into glucose, a form of sugar. This sugar is not just food for the plant. It is the energy that powers everything else. Oxygen, too, is produced in this process, released back into the air. And this oxygen is the very breath you take. Imagine the plants around you as tiny factories, each one taking in carbon dioxide, turning it into food, and releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. Each leaf, each tiny cell inside the plant is performing a complex series of chemical reactions that create the foundation for life itself. These simple chemical reactions in plants are the very reason you can breathe, the very reason life continues. To thrive, without photosynthesis, there would be no oxygen, no food, no life. As you stand in this vibrant green landscape, feel yourself connected to these plants, to their quiet, life-sustaining work. The trees, the grasses, of them are participating in the great dance of life, transforming light and air into energy. They are part of a cycle that began billions of years ago, when the first plants appeared on Earth, forever changing the course of life. Now, imagine how the carbon that the plants absorb flows through the food chain. The herbivores come to feed on the plants. These animals eat the sugars and nutrients the plants have stored, and through their own digestive systems, they release energy to move, to grow, to live. As these animals breathe in oxygen and release carbon dioxide, they, too, become part of the carbon cycle. Picture the deer grazing peacefully in the forest, the carbon they consume moving into their bodies, becoming part of them. As they breathe, they exhale carbon dioxide, which the plants will once again absorb. And so the cycle continues, as every living being, whether plant, animal, or human, participates in this vast, unseen exchange of life-sustaining elements. Feel the deep connection between you and the life around you. Every breath you take, every movement you make, is part of this cycle. Just like the plants and animals, your body is performing chemical reactions to sustain life. Inside you, millions of tiny cells are working together, using the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe to power your every action. It's all chemistry, working silently, beautifully, to keep you alive, to help you grow, to keep your heart beating and your mind thinking. Every thought you have, every feeling you experience, is powered by the chemical processes inside your brain and body. As you continue to breathe deeply, take a moment to reflect on the profound nature of life's chemistry. Every molecule in your body, every cell, is working together to sustain your life. The atoms and molecules that make up your body are the same ones that make up the plants, the animals, the earth, and the stars. You are connected to everything, part of this vast, interconnected system of life. Now, think about the role of water in this process. Water is a critical part of every chemical reaction that occurs in living organisms. It is the solvent that allows chemical reactions to happen, that transports nutrients, and that helps the body stay balanced. Imagine the water in the plants, the rivers, and the oceans. It is a carrier of life, a conductor of chemistry flowing. through all living things, carrying with it the necessary ingredients for life. It is in every cell of your body, circulating through your bloodstream, keeping you hydrated, helping to regulate your temperature, and supporting the chemical processes that make you who you are. Feel the peaceful rhythm of this system, the quiet pulse of life that flows through every part of you and every living thing around you. The trees, the plants, the animals, the water, all are part of the same process, all working together to create and sustain life. You are not separate from this system, you are an integral part of it. Every breath you take, every movement you make, is part of this ongoing cycle of life. Take another deep breath and feel yourself sinking deeper into this knowledge. This understanding that you are connected to everything around you. The plants, the animals, the water, they are all participating in this grand chemical dance that sustains life on Earth, and you, too, are part of it. Every moment, every breath, you are a part of this intricate web of life, participating in the great cycle that keeps the Earth alive and thriving. Let yourself relax deeper, feeling the calmness that comes with this understanding. You are part of something much larger than yourself, something beautiful and intricate, something that has been unfolding for billions of years. The Earth, the plants, the animals, and you are all part of the same great system, the same cycle, the same chemical dance. You are not alone in this world. You are part of it, and it is part of you. Feel the peace that comes with knowing that life, in all its forms, is supported by these quiet, invisible chemical reactions. Life is an ongoing miracle powered by chemistry, and you are a part of that miracle. With every breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into the relaxation, knowing that you are part of the great web of life, and that this connection will continue as long as life exists. Let go of any remaining tension and feel the peace of this connection wash over you. You are a part of the Earth, a part of nature, a part of the great cycle of life. You are one with it all, and with each breath you relax deeper, knowing that you are safe, supported, and connected to everything around you. Let this peaceful thought fill you as you drift further into rest, as you continue to breathe deeply, feeling the steady rhythm of your breath. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of a bustling city. The gentle breeze of the forest is gone, replaced by the hum of activity, the sounds of cars, people, and the distant roar of machines. The air around you feels different now, heavier, as if it is carrying something unseen. In this city, life is moving at a different pace, and while the buildings rise tall into the sky, the earth beneath you feels slightly out of balance. Imagine now that the carbon you once felt flowing gently through the air is no longer moving quietly, but accumulating. Everywhere you look, you see the source of this buildup: the cars on the streets, the factories pumping smoke into the atmosphere, the energy consumed by homes and industries. With each passing moment, carbon dioxide is being released into the air, a silent but powerful force that is beginning to change the world around you. Breathe in and feel the air as it enters your lungs. You can still feel the oxygen, but now there is a sense that the air is thicker, filled with more than just the life-giving oxygen. It is also filled with carbon dioxide, a byproduct of the activities around you. As carbon dioxide accumulates, it traps heat in the atmosphere, and the once stable climate begins to shift. You can almost feel the warmth around you increase, the gentle pull of the Earth's temperature rising. This is the beginning of something new, a change that has been slowly unfolding, a change driven by the actions of humans. You notice how the trees, the plants, and the soil, the natural systems that once absorbed carbon, are no longer able to keep up with the rapid pace of human activity. The forests are being cleared for development, and the natural balance of the Earth's carbon cycle begins to tip. Feel the weight of this imbalance, the quiet tension in the air. The planet is still trying to breathe, still trying to absorb the carbon, but the speed at which it is being released is too much for the Earth to handle. As you stand here, surrounded by the city, you begin to understand the deep connection between human activity and the Earth's systems. The more carbon we release, the more we disrupt the natural processes that have sustained life for billions of years. The once vibrant and steady dance of carbon through the air, the plants, the animals, and the soil is now disrupted by our actions. We have taken something that was balanced and quiet and turned it into a rapid, uncontrolled force. Now, imagine the effects of this disruption on the Earth's climate. The temperature begins to rise, the ice caps begin to melt, and the weather becomes less predictable. Seasons shift, droughts grow more intense, and storms become stronger. The Earth, once a steady and balanced system, is now struggling to keep up with the changes we've created. Feel the gentle warmth of this change, the increasing heat in the air, as the Earth's natural balance is tipped. But even as you reflect on these changes, know that there is hope. As you take another deep breath, imagine the efforts that are being made to slow down this disruption, to restore the balance that was once here. Picture the rise of green energy, the solar panels catching the sunlight, the wind turbines spinning in the breeze, each one contributing to a future where we rely on renewable sources of energy. These efforts are the Earth's chance to heal, to begin the process of restoring balance to the carbon cycle. Feel the peace in this moment, knowing that there is still time for change. Every effort, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement toward healing the planet. Picture the trees being planted, the forests being restored, the ecosystems slowly coming back to life. Imagine the air growing cleaner, the temperature stabilizing, and the Earth finding its way back to balance. There is hope in every tree planted, in every choice made to reduce carbon emissions, in every action taken to protect the planet. As you breathe in, imagine the carbon being absorbed by the trees, being captured by the oceans, being stored safely. In the soil, feel the weight of carbon moving back into the Earth, where it can stay for longer periods, where it can be part of a balanced, harmonious cycle once again. The world is not beyond repair. The systems of nature are resilient, and with our help, they can return to balance. In this moment, feel a deep sense of calm. You are connected to this effort. Every choice you make, every action you take to reduce your carbon footprint, is part of a larger effort to restore the balance of the Earth. You are part of the solution, part of the movement that is healing the planet. Feel the peace of knowing that the Earth is still capable of healing, that the carbon cycle can be restored, and that nature can find its way back to balance. With each breath, you are connected to this larger effort. You are a part of the Earth's restoration, a part of the quiet, slow process that will bring the planet back into harmony. Now, let yourself relax even deeper, knowing that the Earth is working, that we are working together to heal and restore balance. There is no need to rush, no need to hurry. Everything is happening in its own time. Allow yourself to sink into this peaceful knowledge, feeling the calmness of the Earth's natural systems, and knowing that you are a part of it all. As you continue to relax, feeling your breath deepening and your body becoming lighter, imagine now that the world around you is beginning to change. The city you once saw, with its busy streets and towering buildings, is still there, but now there is something different in the air, a sense of hope, a sense of purpose. The sky is clearer, the air fresher, and the pace of life has slowed. As people everywhere are waking up to the importance of restoring balance to the planet, imagine that the very first step in this restoration begins with each individual action. Picture a small garden growing in a quiet neighborhood, where people are planting trees and tending to their plants, each one working to reduce carbon in the atmosphere. As each tree grows, it quietly absorbs carbon dioxide, converting it into oxygen, helping to restore the balance of the carbon cycle. This is just the beginning. Each small act of planting, of nurturing the earth, is a piece of the larger puzzle of healing the planet. Feel the peace that comes with this image, knowing that these small efforts are adding up. Every tree, every garden, every person who is mindful of their environmental impact is contributing to the greater good. There is hope in every leaf that grows, in every branch that reaches toward the sky. The earth is healing, slowly but surely, through the collective actions of those who care for it. Now, imagine the rise of clean, renewable energy. Picture solar panels on rooftops, catching the sunlight and transforming it into electricity. Wind turbines spin slowly in the breeze, harnessing the power of the wind. These sources of energy are clean, free from the pollution of fossil fuels, and they are steadily replacing the old, harmful sources of power. The wind and the sun, once mere forces of nature, are now being used by humanity to power cities, to light homes, to keep industries running, all while leaving the earth untouched. Free from carbon emissions, feel the calm that comes with this transformation. The wind and the sun are gentle forces, not to be feared, but embraced. These renewable sources of energy are the Earth's natural rhythm, working in harmony with the planet's systems, providing what we need without taking more than we give. As the turbines spin and the solar panels soak up the sunlight, they are helping to balance the carbon cycle, slowly reducing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and restoring the Earth to a state of harmony. Now, picture the large-scale carbon capture systems that are being developed around the world. These systems work by capturing the carbon dioxide from the air and storing it safely in the ground, where it cannot contribute to global warming. Imagine vast machines working silently, drawing the carbon from the air and safely locking it away. It is a quiet, invisible process, but it is an essential one. These technologies are helping to reverse the damage done by years of excess carbon emissions, and they are playing a key role in restoring balance to the planet's carbon cycle. Feel the peace in knowing that these efforts, though they may seem small in the grand scheme of things, are making a real difference. Every tree planted, every solar panel installed, every bit of carbon captured is contributing to the restoration of the Earth's balance. It may take time, but with each action, we are healing the planet, just as we heal ourselves with every breath we take. Every act of kindness and every step we take toward a more sustainable future. As you breathe deeply, feel the calmness that comes with knowing that the planet is not beyond repair. There is hope, there is action, and there is a sense of renewal in every part of the Earth's restoration process. The natural world, with all its beauty and complexity, is resilient. It can heal, and it will heal. But it takes time, patience, and collective effort, and the Earth is slowly moving toward a brighter, more balanced future. Imagine now a future where the Earth's carbon cycle is back in balance, where the air is clean, the forests are thriving, and the oceans are healthy. Picture a world where renewable energy powers everything, where every action taken is in harmony with nature, and where the earth and its inhabitants live in peaceful balance. This future is not just a dream. It is a reality that is within our reach, if we continue to take action and make the changes necessary to restore the earth to its natural state. Feel the deep peace that comes with this knowledge, knowing that you are a part of this change. You are connected to the efforts that are healing the earth, and every small step you take matters. With each mindful choice, you are contributing to the healing process, helping to restore the balance and beauty of the planet. The world is healing, and so are you. Let this peaceful thought fill you as you relax even further, knowing that the earth's healing is a slow and steady process, one that requires patience, but it is happening. The cycle of life continues, the rhythm of nature remains steady, and together, we are working toward a balanced, sustainable future. With each breath, feel yourself sink deeper into relaxation, knowing that the earth and you are part of this great transformation. Take a final deep breath, and with each exhale, let go of any remaining tension. You are a part of this process of healing and restoration, and in this moment, you are at peace with the earth. Everything is moving in harmony. Everything is balanced, and you are connected to the greater whole. Let the calmness of this thought lull you into a deep, restful sleep, knowing that the earth is healing, and so are you. As you breathe deeply and gently, feel your body sinking even further into relaxation, as if you are becoming one with the rhythm of the earth, flowing in harmony with the natural world. Imagine now that you are no longer standing in the garden, but instead you are becoming part of the very fabric of life itself. Picture a single cell within your body, tiny, yet incredibly complex. This cell, like all the cells in your body, is made of molecules, all intricately woven together to create life. At the heart of these molecules is carbon element that powers your body, that allows life to move, grow, and thrive. Feel the quiet strength of this connection. Carbon is in every part of you, from the very cells in your body to the molecules. In your thoughts, you are made of the same atoms and molecules that make up the plants, the animals, and the earth itself. Carbon is the element that holds it all together, the building block of life. Without it, there would be no plants to breathe in carbon dioxide, no animals to breathe in oxygen, and no humans to wonder at the world around them. Picture the trees. Again, their roots deeply embedded in the soil, their branches reaching for the sky. Each leaf on these trees is a small factory, quietly performing the great work of photosynthesis. This is where carbon begins its journey, where the plants absorb carbon dioxide from the air and, using sunlight, turn it into glucose, the sugar that powers the plant's growth. But this is not just the process of a plant growing, it is the beginning of life itself. The glucose the plant produces is food for animals, including humans. And as the plant grows, it stores carbon in its roots, its leaves, its branches, giving life not only to itself, but to the creatures that depend on it for food and oxygen now. Picture the animals, too, as part of this great cycle. The herbivores come to feed on the plants. They chew the leaves, break down the sugars, and absorb the energy stored within them. As the herbivores eat, the carbon from the plants is transferred into their bodies, fueling their growth and activity. Every time they breathe, they take in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. The carbon that was once in the plants now moves through. The animals, participating in the great dance of life, feel the peaceful rhythm of this process. Just as the plants breathe in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, the animals breathe in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. And you, too, are part of this cycle. As you breathe deeply, you are connected to every plant and animal that has ever lived, to the very air that surrounds you. Every breath you take, every movement you make, is powered by the chemical reactions inside your body. These reactions are made possible by carbon, which enters your cells and helps produce the energy that allows you to live, to move, to think. In your body, carbon plays an essential role. It is part of the sugars and fats that give you energy. It is part of the proteins that build and repair your muscles. It is part of the DNA that carries your genetic information, ensuring that life continues and evolves. Without carbon, there would be no life, no energy, no growth. Carbon is not just an element, it is the very essence of life itself, the force that makes everything function, from the smallest cell to the largest creature. Imagine that you are now floating inside your body, inside your cells, watching as the molecules of carbon interact with other elements, forming the proteins, the fats, the sugars, and the energy that fuel your life. Each cell in your body is a tiny, bustling city, full of activity, full of chemical reactions. These reactions are happening all the time, as the carbon molecules work to maintain the delicate balance of life within you. Take a moment to appreciate this intricate, invisible process. The carbon in your body is part of the great cosmic flow that connects all life. You are not separate from the world around you. You are connected to the plants, the animals, the oceans, the soil through the carbon cycle. You are part of the great web of life that sustains the earth. Now, imagine the oxygen you breathe entering your lungs, traveling through your bloodstream and reaching each cell. As the oxygen enters, it combines with the carbon stored in your cells, allowing your body to produce energy. This energy powers everything you do, from the smallest movements to the deepest thoughts. The cycle of oxygen and carbon in your body is like a quiet dance, a perfect balance of life-sustaining energy. Feel the calmness that comes with this understanding, knowing that you are part of this cycle, this great eternal flow of life. Every molecule in your body is working together to keep you alive, to help you grow, to help you breathe. And all of it, every single bit of it, is made possible by carbon, the building block of life. As you continue to breathe deeply, imagine that the carbon in your body is being absorbed by every cell, being used to create the energy you need to repair your tissues, to fuel your thoughts. You are a part of this quiet, invisible process that keeps you alive, that keeps the earth alive. Every breath, every moment, you are connected to the life around you, to the trees, to the plants, to the animals, to the entire world. Let yourself relax even more deeply now, feeling the peaceful rhythm of life moving through you. You are a part of the carbon cycle, just as the plants, the animals, and the earth are. You are part of this great, interconnected system of life, and every breath you take is a part of that cycle. With each breath, feel yourself growing more and more at peace with the natural world, with the flow of carbon, with the flow of life itself. As you continue to relax, let go of any tension, any worry, and simply rest in the knowledge that you are part of something much larger than yourself. The carbon in your body, the air around you, the earth beneath your feet, they are all connected, all part of the same beautiful, eternal cycle of life. Feel the peace of this understanding wash over you as you continue to relax, knowing that you are part of this grand, quiet dance of life. Let yourself drift deeper into rest, knowing that the earth cycle is always at work, quietly supporting you and all life on Earth as you continue to relax. Breathing deeply and peacefully, let your mind float gently toward the future. Picture yourself standing once more in the garden, but this time it feels different. The air is still fresh, the sun is still shining, but now there is an even deeper sense of hope, sense of change, of healing. Imagine that the people around you, all over the world, are coming together, taking action, working to restore the balance that nature once had. And once again, chemistry is playing a crucial role in this process. Feel the peace that comes with this thought. The Earth, despite the changes and challenges, is being cared for. Every step that we take toward sustainability, every choice made to reduce waste and carbon emissions, is a step in the right direction. We are now turning to the Earth's natural resources, using them in ways that are gentle, that respect the planet and all of its systems. Solar panels are now spreading across the rooftops of cities, absorbing the sun's energy and transforming it into electricity without releasing any harmful emissions. Wind turbines are slowly spinning in the breeze, harnessing the natural power of the wind to generate clean energy. And in the fields, farmers are practicing regenerative agriculture, planting crops in ways that nourish the soil, absorb carbon from the atmosphere, and restore the balance of the land. You can feel the calmness of this transformation. The wind, once carrying harmful gases, now carries clean, renewable energy. The soil, once depleted by industrial farming, is now thriving again, full of life, and capable of absorbing the carbon that once overwhelmed the earth. The trees, the plants, and the oceans are once again working together, absorbing carbon, releasing oxygen, and restoring balance to the natural world. This is the beauty of chemistry at work, not just in the laboratory, but in the world itself, where each molecule, each element, plays its part in the grand process of life. Take a deep breath and imagine that you are breathing in the clean, fresh air of this future Earth, an Earth that has learned from its mistakes and found its way back to balance. The chemicals in the air, once pollutants, are now part of a system that sustains life rather than threatens it. Carbon is no longer overwhelming the atmosphere. Instead, it is being carefully managed, stored in plants, soil, and oceans, where it can remain for long periods, safely out of the air. The Earth is healing, slowly but surely, and you can feel the deep peace that comes with this knowledge. In this future, every person plays a role. Every small action counts, from reducing waste and using energy-efficient products to choosing sustainable food sources. Each individual effort contributes to the larger movement of healing the Earth. Feel the peace that comes from knowing that you, too, are a part of this change. Every choice you make, every small act of kindness to the planet, is helping to restore the delicate balance of nature. Together, we are all working to bring about a better future, a future where life can thrive, where the Earth's chemical systems can work in harmony once more. Now, imagine that the world around you is bathed in soft, golden light. The trees are tall and full of life, the flowers are blooming in the fields, and the air is fresh and clean. The Earth is no longer struggling with the weight of carbon emissions. It is breathing freely again. The oceans are calm, the forests are thriving, and the skies are clear. The Earth is in balance, just as it was always meant to be. You are a part of this future, and you can feel the deep peace that comes with knowing that change is possible, that the Earth is healing, and that we are moving toward a better, more sustainable future. As you breathe deeply, feel the calmness that comes with this hopeful vision. There is no need to hurry, no need to worry. The world is healing, and so are you. With each breath, feel yourself becoming more relaxed, more at peace with the world around you. The chemical processes that sustain life are working silently, in harmony with nature. The balance is being restored, slowly but surely, and you are part of that process. Now, let yourself relax even deeper, feeling the peace of knowing that the earth is healing, that the carbon cycle is restoring balance, and that every effort, no matter how small, is making a difference. With each breath, you are connected to this process, connected to the earth, and connected to the chemical forces that sustain life. Let this peaceful thought fill your mind, knowing that change is possible, and that the world is on its way to healing. Feel the calmness of this knowledge wash over you, knowing that the earth is healing and that you are part of this beautiful process. You are a part of the solution, part of the movement that is restoring balance to the earth's chemical systems. Let this sense of peace and hope fill you as you continue to relax, allowing the gentle rhythm of life to carry you into a deep, restful sleep. Everything is in its right place, and the earth is healing just as you are. Let go of any remaining tension, breathe deeply, and let the peacefulness of this moment carry you into deep, rejuvenating rest.